Things I like to think about in the shower. People rightly get praised for losing tons of weight, but nobody ever praises people for not getting fat in the first place, which is really a more impressive feat. A dull knife is more likely to hurt you than a sharp one. I correct autocorrect more than it corrects me. All dogs are uncircumcised. Scams on Facebook Marketplace, etc. are so common, you sometimes get scammers scamming each other. Go to bed, you'll feel better in the morning is a human version of did you turn it on and off again? Even when a balloon is half inflated, it's completely full. It won't be long before people use the 20s, the 30s, the 40s to describe 2020, 2030 and 2040. Millions of people are doing the exact same thing as you right now. At one point in your life, you were exactly pi years old. Nothing is on fire. Fire is on things. How do our brains remember that we forgot something, but we can't remember what that thing was? If James Bond is the world's most famous spy, wouldn't that make him the world's worst spy? Peer pressure as an adult is seeing your neighbours mow their lawn. Crabs probably think fish can fly. Your first birthday is technically your second birthday. I wonder what my dog named me. Beanbags are just boneless sofas. When we're young, we sneak out of our homes to go to parties. But when we're older, we sneak out of parties to go home. No news is good news. Has various meanings. Can you daydream at night? Math is the only place that someone would buy 60 watermelons and 40 oranges and nobody asks any questions. Watermelon sweets are normally green, yet we never actually eat the green part of a watermelon. Somebody's mum probably used you as a bad example for their kids. If the earth was actually flat, the edges would probably be the best tourist attractions. When my dog brings me a toy, I wonder if that's his favourite toy or he thinks that's my favourite toy. I wish I could increase my skill levels as easy as I can in the game The Sims. The reason you only notice when one sock goes missing is because if both socks went missing, you probably wouldn't notice. Painkillers are the mute notification option for the body. The people who need to be loved are most often the people who are hardest to love. The richest person on Earth is technically the richest person in the universe, since our definition of rich is owning a lot of money, and there's no way extraterrestrial life to obtain it. A different version of you exists in the minds of everyone you know. Somebody out there vividly remembers something you said that you've forgotten about. I wonder if there are any combinations on a clock that I've never seen. You see people every single day that you'll never see again. It is likely that 99% of the trees that you see in your lifetime will still be there long after you're dead. We go to work in a car every day, and we go along the same route every day. So it is most likely we always encounter the same cars every day. Having a toddler in their Y-phase makes you realise how much you don't know things. Every word in every language started out as gibberish, until one person convinced enough people that what they said is a real word. There are like 500,000 different occupations in the world, yet we pick our careers based on studying 10 to 15 subjects between like the ages of 18 to 21. You may have once made a decision that saved your life without even knowing it. In every Olympic event, there should be an average person competing, so we have a point of reference for actually how good these athletes are. Kids are bullied for being different, while adults are praised for being different. If money is the root of all evil, why do churches ask for so much of it? People cover their laptop cameras in the fear of being hacked, but never cover their mobile phone cameras. Therapists talk you into brainwashing yourself. We talk about ancient Romans like they were all basically the same, but the civilization lasted almost 1,000 years. That's like saying people from 2023 and 1023 are basically the same. In any given day in a hospital, you can find people having the best day of their lives, the worst days of their lives, the first days of their lives, and the last days of their lives, all under the same roof. The number of people older than you never goes up. The oldest sibling is the emergency designated adult. The Terminator can only go back so many generations to kill John Connor or his family, because if he goes back too far, he might erase someone whose relative helped create Skynet. Somebody studying atoms is technically a bunch of atoms trying to understand themselves. Every human in history has witnessed the same sun and moon that you have. You have never seen your own face before, only pictures and reflections. Your life can't fall apart if you never had it together in the first place. Every single decision you've made in your life has led you to this point in time right now. Whatever happens inside our bodies happens in pitch darkness. You have survived 100% of your worst days. You only have one birthday. The rest are congratulations for surviving another year. There's nothing like getting ready to go on holiday to then realise how much preparation it takes to go away and do nothing. Staring blankly ahead is seemed weird, but staring blankly at your phone isn't. Both humans and machines technically have a bunch of wires inside to keep them functioning. Normally you empty your drink from the top, but when you use a straw, you empty it from the bottom. Black Ops Zombies is technically exactly the same as Pac-Man. Language is an instinct. Most people are not scared of being alone in the dark. They're scared of not being alone in the dark. How do nudists clean their glasses? Being an air conditioning repair person must be hard, because as soon as it gets hot, you arrive, and as soon as it's cooled down, you leave. A group of squids should be called a squad. Your future self is probably talking crap about you right now. The first person to inhale helium was probably so relieved when the effects wore off so quickly. Biting your tongue while eating is a perfect example of how you can still screw up even after decades of experience. Whenever you eat canned pieces of fruit, you are more than likely sharing fruit with many other people around the world. What if deja vu is just you losing a life and starting it again at the last checkpoint? The internet almost killed the postal service with email and then made it necessary again with all the online shopping. Coffee makes you hyper, yet coffee shops are intended to make you slow down and relax. Alcohol is a depressant, and clubs and bars are designed for people to be lively and energetic. Security at the entry level of an airport is quite strict, yet when it gets to baggage claim, it's kind of like just do what you want. Finding worms in apples has been far less of a problem than I anticipated as a kid. April Fool's Day is one of the only days of the year where people critically examine news articles before accepting them as true. Brushing our teeth is the closest we ever come to cleaning our skeleton. Do you think Spider-Man has the auto-rotate feature turned off on his phone? All of the cautious messages on all of the various products we buy are probably there because somebody tried that out. The way we treat moths, these butterflies, is a great example of pretty privilege. One day they'll probably remake the original Star Wars films, and there's nothing we can do about it. You're the only one that remembers your embarrassing experiences so vividly, because everyone else has got their own to remember. 8 hours of drinking is binge drinking. 8 hours of watching TV is binge watching. 8 hours of sleep is barely enough. Why don't we meet people by the name of Elvis, if Elvis Presley was so popular? If a morgue worker died, they'd still need to come to work just one more time. Why do people say tuna fish, but they don't say chicken bird? If humans could fly, we'd probably consider it exercise and never do it. History classes are only going to get longer and harder as time goes on. If the 24-hour clock started at 23:59 and counted down to 00.01, people might try getting more done. There should be an optional people are sleeping button on the microwave to stop all the extra loud beeping. And finally, the word fat just looks like somebody took a bite out of the word eat. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed these shower thoughts, make sure to leave me yours in the comments below. Maybe I'll use them in my next video. And if you want to see that next video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to ring that bell so you get notified the second it gets uploaded. And as always, until the next video, Kia ora! Ha ha!